Let me define the definition of a procrastinator. The word pro is from Latin, means forward. Yes, procrastinate means belonging to the next day. To put them together is to put off doing things. A procrastinator is a person who likes to put off doing things. And I found another definition from ChatGPT. It says procrastination is not a laziness. It's avoiding discomfort. How many of you have ever wondered how many procrastinators out there in the world?
A lot.
Yeah, I have. Okay, to give you an example, my goal to deliver the speech was in the end of 2024. When it gets to Thanksgiving time, I thought, oh yeah, I have 1 week, I should have time. It turned out I didn't have time. And I thought, oh yeah, I still have time. December, just the kids are out. I should be able to do that during the 2 weeks when they're out. And then here comes 2025, and we're halfway in 2025. And I figured that I need to do this before my long vacation in July. Well, if my speech goes well today, great. If not, blame procrastination. So, as I said, these are the numbers. These numbers are US based. So according to 2007, a study done by a psychologist, Dr. Joseph Safari, he said 20% of the population, the general population, identify themselves as a chronic procrastinator. Which is about 1 to 5. This is the number is pretty high. The number has been increasing in the past decade, most likely due to digital distraction, like your phone, your iPad, your computer, or the task has become more complex nowadays. 75% occasional procrastinator. This group of people delay important tasks. Either they find it boring, overwhelmed, or lack of failure, lack of motivation, or they're perfectionists. Only 5% of the population are non-procrastinator. This group of people never delay doing the important tasks. They're not superhuman. They simply have a different thought process, different habits, and different motivation to help them act consistently. They don't wait for the best time or the motivation or the right time. They just adopt the good enough time to start mindset. Getting it done is better than getting it perfect. Pay attention to this, Toastmaster and the fellow Toastmaster honor guest. Procrastination isn't just about time management issue. It's closely tied to both your mental and your physical health problem. Your mental health problem, you'll get the stress, the anxiety, because you always get to the last minute, you're not prepared. And then the cycle of guilt, fear, and panic. You're stuck in the loop. You delay, and then you feel regret, and then you delay, more delay. And then you'll have chronic anxiety and depression. Depression will lead to low self-esteem and even make it harder for you to start. And you feel overwhelmed and helpless. Once you feel overwhelmed and helpless, it makes it even harder to take action. Physical health issue. Stress can weaken your immune system. Procrastinators tend to get sick more often. They have high blood pressure, increased long-term heart disease risk. And not only that, they will delay health-related tasks. For example, scheduling an annual doctor appointment for their health, annual checkup. They don't exercise regularly, they don't eat healthy, they delay all these important things. In our daily life, we have a busy schedule. Everyone do, including myself. We have work to do, we have projects, we have family to take care of, or whatnot. For myself, as a parent with young kids, I'm sure moms can relate. We have to keep track of kids' schedule, their extracurricular activities, or their team, your sports schedule if they play team sport. However, we have to know that it's very important that we can manage our time and our life. So how do we do that? Let me ask you, fellow Toastmasters, how do we eat an elephant?
Piece at a time.
Yes, correct. One bite at a time. So the best way to tackle procrastination is to apply Stephen Covey, the 7 habits of highly effective people. His son, Sean Covey, followed his father's footsteps and wrote a kid's version of 7 Habits of Happy Kids. Yeah. These 7 habits is a powerful framework for tackling procrastination. Each habit encourages you to shift your mindset and your behavioral change that naturally counter procrastination. Here's how we can apply. Habit number 1, be proactive. Procrastinators always tend to try to find the perfect time or the right time to start something. Proactive people, they will consistently find a way to start something. They will, instead of saying, I have to do this, they will say, I choose to do this. They can find a way to start regardless of what circumstances. For example, imagine you're a marketing manager and your reports always come late because of unclear internal process. Instead of complaining, you would create a checklist for the team and list down what items you're looking for and suggest for a weekly update meeting. Then everyone's on the same page and you get a clear picture. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Most of the time, we delay tasks is because we find it boring, meaningless. So the most important thing is define your why. What are you working toward? Define your mission, your vision, and your desired outcome. Then work backward. For example, if you're a software developer now and you want to become a project manager in 5 years, how do you do that? You lay out a plan, you take training courses, you attend communications classes, you're a mentor and senior product manager, and eventually, slowly, you will transition to your role that you desire. Number 3, put first thing first. Prioritize what matters to you. You need to know what's important and what's not important. There's the time management matrix that divides us into 4 quadrants based on the urgency and importance of the task. These are the 4 quadrants. Quadrant number 1, urgent and important. This is something you must do. For example, you have to study an exam for tomorrow. You have to finish your project because the due date is tomorrow. Your water pipe broke at home, you have to fix it now. Or you have to take care of someone who is sick. You have to do it now, you can't wait. But however, if a person who lives in this crisis zone most of the time, they'll get burned down because there's a lot going on. Quadrant number 2, not urgent but important. This is the growth zone. This is most effective people focus on. This is an important long-term task but tend to be overlooked or delayed. For example, scheduling your annual checkup appointment, doctor appointment, exercise regularly, make a schedule to have a habit of to take care of yourself. These are stuff that a lot of people tend to delay. Quadrant number 3, urgent, not important. You can delegate this one. For example, this one will be, you have constant phone notification, an email coming in, and you respond to every single email, every single message. You look busy, but you're not productive because you're not doing anything that's really help you gain any value. Number 4, not urgent or not important. You should even eliminate this zone. This is watching YouTube for hours, scrolling down TikTok or Instagram for no reason, playing games, complaining or gossiping. You look busy, but it's not productive at all. And number 4, think win-win. Try to shift your mindset from pressure to partnership. Work with someone to help motivate you and motivate each other. Let's say if you have a project that you have to work with a coworker, you can, instead of fighting over what to do, maybe split up the task. One person is doing the planning process, the other one is doing the presentation, then you have win-win. And always remember to reward your effort. You celebrate your effort, not the perfection. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. This part is a self-talk. You have to ask yourself, what are your procrastination triggers? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Or are you stressed out? Or are you a perfectionist? By naming your fear and asking yourself why you're avoiding it, is actually make it lose its power. Number 6. Number 6 is very important if you can leverage the support and accountability. Collaborate with others for motivation. Let me give you my personal example. I'm an outdoor runner and I always run outdoor on the weekend, either a Saturday or Sunday. I have a running buddy who runs with me for the past 10 years. There are times that like extremely cold weather in the winter or extremely hot weather in the summer, I wanted to give up, I want to quit. But I couldn't because I know my friend will wait for me down the street. I can't quit. So the buddy system worked for us because we hold each other accountable. So regardless of what the circumstances, we always meet at that same corner every Saturday. So find a buddy system that works for you, that helps motivates you, keep going. And that's, without her, I wouldn't be able to keep running for so many years outdoor. The last one is also the most important one. If you can master this one, you can easily pick up the other habits. Sharpen the saw. Make sure you always take good care of yourself. Take good care of your mental, your emotional, and your physical well-being. When you're well rested, you have the clear mind and your energy to act quicker. Well rested and also self-care boosts your energy level, make things easier to start. And also learn to build little breaks in between. For example, if you need to exercise to recharge, or maybe do something that's your hobby, you have a passion as a hobby, build that into your routine so you'll feel better, that you can also continue to work on other difficult tasks. So this is the tree on the last page of the Happy Kids, of the 7 Habits of Happy Kids by Sean Covey. He used a very simple picture to make connections to the kids and emphasize the importance of the 7 habits. So to recap, the number 1, which is the very bottom, as you can see, is the proactive. Everything must start from the roots, from the foundation, then all the way up. So your mindset and your attitude dominates everything. So this is where your foundation starts. Once you have a correct mindset, then you can do the other things. A lot of schools, I'm not sure about other schools, but I'm sure that a lot of them, Acadia, as my son, where my 2 boys are going to, they have this picture in every single classroom. They teach kids 7 habits, and they're very early on, like kindergarten. And they also use this book, this one co-authored by the father and the son, Stephen Covey and Sean Covey. This book, they try to use this book to inspire students, one child at a time. They implement 7 habits in this book, and a lot of public school, others out of other states as well, use this book to encourage the kids to adopt the 7 habits in their daily routine. If the kids can show that they master one of the habits, the teacher would give them a certificate to award them for know how to implement their 7 habits. So for example, my son in 3rd grade, he got this certificate for habit number 3, first thing first. He was able to show how he prioritized his tasks in the classroom. So that's how you got it. And the teachers always have this kind of certificate to recognize their effort when they can implement the 7 habits. And this is just want to show you my 2 kids. This is the older one as well. This is Arcadia Baldwin Stocker Elementary School. The poster is right in front of the entrance where you can see it. So procrastination is not only stealing your time, but also stealing your peace of mind, your sleep, and even your health. If you can apply Dr. Covey's 7 habits, it will help you better manage your life and become more successful. The 7 habits is not just about success, but it's a very powerful blueprint to overcome procrastination. And it's also a compass for work and for your personal life. Most effective people out there in the world do not get there by accident. They choose growth over comfort. They choose discipline over delay. They choose a vision over distraction. I believe you guys can do it too. So I'm hoping that you can choose at least 1 habit. Whatever it is, start small and start now. Your health is your wealth. Cherish it. Back to Madam Toastmaster.